Hello and welcome to another video on the Rugby channel. My name is Andrew and I will be narrating today's video for you. Of course, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, click that notification button to be notified when we upload, like the video as well to help show your support, and make sure you comment as well. You can follow me on Instagram as well if you're interested, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into today's video. Hello and welcome back to another rugby video. Today we're going to be talking about Ireland versus Scotland, which was played yesterday in Murrayfield. Okay, so in my opinion this was a very fun game to watch as a neutral rugby fan, and there was many tries scored. Okay, so Ireland I thought started off at a steady sort of pace. Scotland, they were looking the better team anyway, and then obviously Sexton and Stuart Hogg went off, and I felt that made a massive impact on the game. As good as a team Ireland are, I felt they couldn't function as well as they can without Sexton. Sexton's kind of the one that controls the game, and he's the one Ireland rely on the most. Stuart Hogg going off for Scotland, it didn't really impact Scotland's game plan. Yes, Scotland obviously rely on Stuart Hogg for pace and good attacking ability as well, but Kinghorn was a good substitution for that. And yeah, I felt it wasn't a massive impact for Scotland when Stuart Hogg went off, but when it comes down to the breaks in play and everything, Stuart Hogg is needed the most. Now, obviously, Scotland's defence went pretty bad later on in the game. Ireland becoming better and scoring the tries, and that is kind of what I saw happening. I don't know if you remember in my predictions, I had a Ireland win for this game. I couldn't see Scotland beating Ireland, especially, well, even though they were in Murrayfield, I still couldn't see Scotland pulling off a massive upset and beating them. Now, was this an amazing game, or were the teams just sloppy? Well, in my opinion, I felt the teams were pretty sloppy. Scotland's defence wasn't what it used to be in previous games, and Ireland, yes, they came back from last week's defeat, but I felt it still wasn't a great game for Ireland. They have so much more potential, and I just felt they didn't really offer that in this game. Looking ahead to their next games, I think Scotland need to sort out their defence a bit more and regroup and just focus on their game plans. I felt yesterday they were playing well at certain key points. Stuart Hogg, as I said, when he went off, it didn't make a massive impact, but it's always going to have some sort of impact when your best player goes off. So for when Scotland come to play France in France, I think it's going to be a very tough game. It'll probably be quite slow. But for Scotland to work on the defence and their main attacking abilities, I think that they will come away with a win here. It all really depends on the England game today and what sort of French team turns up. So yeah, I mean, they have little things to improve on, Scotland do. They need to try and work around the whole fact of if Stuart Hogg does go off injured, they need to try and sort that out. As I said, it didn't impact them a lot, but it's obviously always going to impact them. So yeah, Scotland will win the French game if they sort these key points out, and they just need to be able to see off a game. Like with the Irish game, it seems to be the last 20 minutes they kind of went a bit sloppy, and they need to sort that out. Okay, so looking ahead to Ireland's next game, which will be against Italy. This will be an easy win for Ireland, I think, but it's in Italy, so anything could really happen, just like Wales played very poorly yesterday. But we spoke about that in a previous video, so please make sure you go ahead and check that video out. So yeah, Ireland will beat Italy. I think it'll be quite an easy game. Italy will play very well in the first half, like they do every single game in the Six Nations usually anyway, and yeah, Ireland will eventually come away with it. But we're going to be doing a prediction video later on in the next couple of weeks, so please make sure you go check that out. We're not going to talk too much about these games until that video comes out. So Ireland's main proving points, I think they need to pass the ball more, and I feel they need to use their wingers more as well. Yesterday they played well. I would say they played well if you were an Irish fan, but as a neutral rugby fan, I felt they didn't play to their potential. And yeah, I don't really know what's going on with Ireland. They seem to have had two bad games. Yes, they lost to England and they beat Scotland, but they haven't played to their potential, as I just said. So they need to sort a few things out. Personally, those things I would probably say is they need to run more with the ball and they need to pass more. You don't necessarily always have to look to gain yards when it comes to kicking, so maybe try and kick less. Try and do some skillful things like they have done in the past. We know they're capable of doing that, and yeah, just work on a few little key simple things, and I feel that they could pull it off quite easily, and they could easily come back from their loss against England. So yeah. Okay, so without further ado, that is going to be the end of today's video. Please make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed, and comment, let me know your opinion of the Ireland game. Personally, it was a very exciting game as a neutral rugby fan, and it was quite disappointing to watch the Wales game later on. It didn't live up to the Ireland versus Scotland game. So yeah, we're going to have another video out maybe tomorrow or maybe later today for the England versus France game reaction, so please make sure you stay tuned for that. And if you haven't already, please make sure you go and check out the Wales versus Italy reaction as well. Yeah, and subscribe as well if you haven't already. We've got videos all the time, and we'll have at least 2 videos of Guinness Six Nations 2019 weekly anyway, so there's obviously a week break now, but the following week we'll have a prediction one, and we'll also have a review one as well. So please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, comment. I've been Andrew, and I will see you in another video. Peace.